Alright, everybody, welcome back. Nack presents Mass Effect 3.
The Turians have given us top-level access to their combat data. Their ships are already moving in to help the Alliance fleet. You actually secured a Krogan-Turian alliance. It's one thing to hear about Commander Shepard. It's another to see him in action. Commander? Commander?
Alright. ANN alert. New article on Reaper. From Alliance News Network Information Partners. Ferris, a group of colonists have mounted a defensive against arriving Reaper forces, holding them back long enough for the civilians from nearby colonies to escape. The informal militia from Zoo's Hope, said to be survivors of a savage Geth attack several years ago, has repelled initial Reaper landing attempts with a level of wartime competence more common to seasoned platoons. Colonies are using improvised weapons, as well as supplies salvaged from a defunct exogeny facility. This colony is our home, colony spokesperson Lesbeth Bainman said. We've survived worse, and we know how to fight together. The colony is expected to have more time for full evacuation before Reaper forces arrive. Still fighting. From Shiala. Dear Commander Shepard, I don't know if you've seen the articles, but the people of Zoo's Hope are fighting again. This time it's the Reapers instead of the Geth. I'm not sure if you remember me, but you helped me back on Ilium. Thorian's dead now. I can confirm that. But the spores in our bodies remain, and on some level we are still connected. This is not necessarily a bad thing. As we fight back the Reapers, we feel each other. And act with one mind, ignoring pain when the need arises. I'm sure I'm still indoctrinated. I remember Sovereign's voice in my mind when I willingly went to the Thorian as its thrall. My connection to the people of Zoo's Hope is stronger. It drowns out the Reaper voices. The situation is imperfect and dangerous. Perhaps the colonists should separate for their own safety, but with one mind, the untrained fight with the skill of veteran commandos. Our force is strong. I have not forgotten how you helped us, how you spared me. We are leaving Pharaoh soon, and when the time comes, we will fight with you. Shiala. Now that's cool. I didn't remember that. From General Corinthus. Commander Shepard, when you first arrived on Mene, I had a hard time seeing how you flying off with one of our best generals would benefit our fight against the Reapers. However, as I now watch Turian and Krogan fighters working together to take down a Reaper destroyer, I must admit that I am impressed. You've broken an alliance that many thought impossible. Palavin might be saved after all. With great respect, General Corinthus, Mene Command. Making babies. From Erdnot Rex. Shepard, making babies again will be fun. As soon as this war is over, let's just say I'll do my part to build our numbers back up. You really came through for us. I'm proud to call you my friend. Eve is in the Kelphic Valley, enlisting support from the other clans and spreading the word. She's going to be a great leader. Most of the males won't like me sharing power with her, but too bad. I run the show. We'll have to save the Turians now, since apparently they forgot how to hold a gun. Your regrettable decision. From Dalatras Linron. Commander, I am deeply disappointed by your actions on Tuchanka. As I thought I made clear, curing the genophage will have long-term consequences. Once the Reaper threat has passed, our combined forces will be so depleted that no race in the galaxy will be capable of stopping a resurgent Krogan. However, the Krogan will undoubtedly seek revenge for the genophage, and the Solarian Union will be among their first targets. When that day comes, Commander, the blood of my own people will be on your hands. I'm also ashamed to learn that our own scientist sacrificed his life carrying out our orders. This is a dark day not only for my people, but all of galactic civilization. Dalatras Linron, Solarian Union. Well, someone is in a bad mood today.
Alright, my turn. What's the first order an Alliance commander gives at the start of combat?
I give up.
Correct.
Alright, big guy. What do you call it when a Turian gets killed by a horrible spiky monster?
Friendly fire. Come on, that one goes back to Shang-Chi.
You gotta respect the classics.
How many humans does it take to activate a dormant mass relay?
602. 600 to vote on it, 1 to ask the Asari for technical help, and 1 to request a seat on the council afterward. How do you know when a Turian's out of ammo?
He switches to the stick up his ass as a backup weapon. Why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
You're shitting me! The Turian military has one about me?
Oh, absolutely. I heard it myself from a private back on Palaven.
Alright, why does the Alliance hire pilots with brittle bone disease?
So their Marines can beat someone in hand-to-hand drills.
Damn, you need to tell James that one. Hey, what's the hardest part about treating a Turian who took a rocket to one side of his face?
Figuring out which side took the rocket.
Oh man, this was totally worth it.
Never thought I'd see the Krogan and the Turians team up. Even the Reapers have to be a little nervous about pissing them off.
I'd say more than a little.
I'm sorry about Morden.
He was a good man.
Yeah, he was always running those tests. And one time he tagged me in the middle of the night to ask how many livers humans had. And this bump on my elbow? He said it was just a mild bone deformation, but I'm pretty sure he stuck a probe in there.
Glad it was just your elbow.
I always thought he was crazy. Useful, but crazy. Then he gives up his own life.
To save the Krogan. Doesn't do much to disprove the crazy theory, huh?
I guess not. But he was one of ours.
So now that we got the Krogan and the Turians, what now?
The Krogan help us turn the tide on Palaven. They can shoot at something useful for a change.
Dig till we hit daylight, huh? Works for me.
So how does it feel knowing Krogan will be singing songs about you until the end of time? I think it would be an honor.
There's enough misery in this universe. It's nice to see something go right for a change.
Can't say I've ever really witnessed history in the making like this. Well, except for Sovereign attacking the Citadel, and then there was the Collector base, but this one felt good. And let's hope Rex keeps running the show on Tuchanka. Maybe we should hire a food taster for him. Imagine the carnage if some young, hot-headed Krogan took over.
It could happen.
I know, it's a chance we have to take, but I have to say, if it wasn't my own world that needed the help, I might have taken that Solarian deal.
I could never bring myself to do that, no matter what I was offered.
I admire your restraint, Shepard. It's nice when we can save the galaxy without destroying another race along the way.
Let's hope our luck holds.
I wonder where all the Krogan will live now. I've never seen what you'd call a house on Tuchanka. I wonder where all the Krogan will live now. I've never seen...
Commander? Commander?
Alright.
Commander, Chief Engineer Adams would like to speak with you down in engineering.
Yeah. Finally got his pipe.
Any sign of life?
The Reaper destroyed by the Thresher Maw appears to be completely inert, Doctor. We would need to send in teams to be sure.
Out of the question. Tell the Krogan to stay away.
Mass relay traffic reports. Increase, decrease in recent relay traffic. Widow, 95% increase. Omega 2, 65% increase. Sal, 32% increase. Sign Hand, 43% decrease. Pelion, 12% decrease. Charon, unavailable. Shanxi Theta, unavailable.
The genophage cured. The Krogan have no reason to hold back now, do they? Rex knows what he's doing, but can he keep the Krogan in check? Or will this be the start of another Krogan empire? Eve's organizing the female Krogan. She reminds me of some of the more formidable matriarchs I've known. The Krogan won't let themselves fall by the wayside again. Not like they did after the rebellions. We'll have to get used to them having a bigger part in the galaxy. I hope the Krogan live up to their ancient legacy, and for the better. It's good to see you.
A pleasure to see you.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
What are you up to now?
I am uploading data on the destroyed Reaper to the Turians. They are investigating possible Reaper structural weakness. Our data says Reaper capital ships such as Sovereign are of unique design. However, smaller Reaper destroyers bear similarities.
That one was small.
Relatively, yes. Ground attack ships are only 160 meters in height. Sovereign was approximately 2 kilometers.
Well, keep talking to the Tyrians. If there's a chink in the Reaper's armor, we all need to know it.
Hello, Shepard. Hello, Shepard.
All right.
Genophage cure, huh? This beats the hell out of reporting on the Milgram City Council.
I don't think I've heard of Milgram. Which planet is that again?
Beckenstein. It's right next door to the Citadel. I'm a colony kid. Commander, got a minute?
What do you want to know?
You've just implemented a cure for the genophage. Millions of Krogan will start fighting the Reapers. What do you say to people who think humanity is starting another Rachni War and Krogan rebellions?
It's easy to remember the worst of Krogan history, but you also need to remember the best.
Meaning?
The Krogan were heroes once, and they want to be heroes again. We're giving them that chance.
Are you aware that Clan Urdnot is already petitioning the Council for an embassy and rights to a colony world?
The Krogan are coming to the aid of a Council homeworld. That's more than a lot of species can say. I helped them get the genophage cure. Anything more is between the Council and the Krogan.
There it is, straight from Commander Shepard. Until tomorrow, this is Diana Allers. Good night and stay strong. Okay, I'll cut that together with the rest of the segment and send it to Command for approval. Commander.
Gabi, have you ever seen the paintings of Liara's mother, Matriarch Benezia?
Yes, what about her?
And remember Samara, the Asari Justica?
Where are you going with this, Kenneth?
Have you noticed that older Asari women seem to be a bit more ample? Do you think they just keep growing?
Kenneth!
I think I'll spend my sunset days in an Asari retirement home.
if I don't kill you first. Adams would like to speak to you.
You should go see Adams, Commander.
Commander, good news on the installation of that thermal pipe you got us.
It went right brilliant. Much better than we expected.
I told you it would.
It gets better. While interfacing through our ezo capacitors, our Miss Daniels here had an epiphany.
I wouldn't go that far.
She and Donnelly deduced some theoretical improvements to our capacitor design. Edie and I ran with it and documented our conclusions. Our core is too compact to apply our theories, but it could help the Crucible engineers. Give the word and I'll send the plans their way.
Do it.
Aye, aye.
Well done, everyone.
Hey. Optimized ezo capacitors. Sounds good.
Commander.
You settling in, Javik?
I believe some of the crew wishes to be my friend. That is not my purpose here. Also, I find I need to wash my hands. The residue of the ship is strong.
How so?
I have been exploring. There are traces of those who lived on the Normandy before. I detected a human female. Her genetic structure was unnatural, as if artificially created.
Sounds like Miranda.
And a Drell. There was illness in him.
Thane.
And a Krogan who lived in these quarters. He was undergoing a metamorphosis. His memories were confused, not organic to his mind. There was great confusion and turmoil.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Reading information like you do.
For my people, it was as natural as breathing.
Evolution's an amazing force.
Our scientists believed it was the only force in the galaxy that mattered. They called it the cosmic imperative. The strong flourished, the weak perished. The governments of your cycle seem concerned with ensuring the survival of all.
Was this imperative just their scientists' opinion? Or did they prove something we don't know?
The universe had already proven it. They only had to look around.
And saw what exactly?
Extinction is the rule of law in the cosmos, the natural order of things. The weakest species are doomed.
It's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Otherwise we'd have anarchy.
But those who had nothing to offer would be eliminated.
So conflict should be a way of life?
Evolution demands it. The strong grow stronger by dominating the weak. It is for the greater good of all. Though I do not think your Asari approves of my beliefs.
Liara? I think she just had a different idea about what Protheans were like.
We are all a product of our time. Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be.
You think you'd like that? It's a whole different line of work.
I wouldn't know. Living a life of constant war. Taking life in every battle.
I see how it could be tough to see outside the box.
It is the only box I have known. It shapes me, as stone is shaped by the one who carves it. The stone has no choice in the form it will take. You and I, Commander. War is our sculptor, and we are prisoners to its design.
Maybe not much longer. We win this, and we'll both be set free.
If the Krogan seek retribution for the past, do not waste time on sterility plagues. Destroy...
Let's hope it's the first of many.
In the meantime... Yes, a difficult fight remains. Morality and friendship do not matter now. Your allies are simply resources to use against the Reaper.
And Javik's dialogue here is still a little screwy.
Do not care what others think. Do what you must. Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
Copy that.
Just one more diagnostic suite. Sir. Sure.
You think that cure they dispersed could do anything to us? We're not gonna start growing scales or anything, right? Maybe now that we have the Krogan on board, we can go back to fighting the Reapers. I was looking at the specs on that Reaper you took out on Tachanka. That was one of the small ones? Don't get me wrong, it's still dead, but damn. There was nothing small about it. Hey.
Alright. Okay, so it looks like we got 2 new systems now. We've got the Ethon cluster and Attican beta. Volus Homeworld is a high-pressure, high-gravity planet that supports an ammonia-based ecology. This rare environment means that the Volus have been slow to colonize, as there are few planets that meet their habitation requirements. Most prefer to stay on Arun, working remotely via the extranet. More adventurers don the clumsy but vital pressure suits, and venture out to worlds and Citadel space to make their fortunes. Arun is remarkable for having done away with warfare as an institution of the state. Volus culture lacks the romantic view of war found in the galaxy's more aggressive species. Physical skirmishes between groups rarely last long and are almost ended by social castigation, bargaining agreements, or harsh economic sanctions. Arun's cities tend to be built on fast trade routes rather than militarily defensible positions. This has left them vulnerable to Husk attack now that the Reapers have overwhelmed the Turian fleets and begun a ground war on the planet. Citadel Travel Advisory. Arun's ammonia-based atmosphere is toxic to non-Volus life forms. Visitors to Arun must wear pressure suits at all times when traveling outside of environmentally controlled areas. Book of Plenix.
Evasion successful.
So up in here on Shurk Sab, named after a northern Arunian luck deity. Shurk Sab is overshadowed by the economy on Loso and the scientific research on Dolit. Solar System's middle child, Shurk Sab now has the only functioning helium-3 fuel apparatus in the system, as the Reapers have not yet struck there. Space around it is jammed with Volus ships trying to flee the system. Acid acquired, Volus fabrication units. Okay, so that's probably fuel, so we'll come back to that.
Signal confirmed.
Solupaeolus. Solupaeolus' helium-3 collection mechanisms historically returned a large profit, not because of any immigration into the Asori system, because the Solupaeolus made a good refueling stop between Arun and Satuard. Warned of the Reaper's battle plans but left with little other option, a select team of workers at Solupaeolus put out phony communications suggesting that important military data was being handed off here. When the Reapers sent in a force of husks, they ran into the Volus' trap. Chain reaction that annihilated the station. Volus Dreadnought Kuno. Rockets of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged from the debris. Recovered 300 units of fuel.
Faster than light jump successful.
And now to Satuard. Nalison. Lonely world of rock and ice, Nalison clings to the outer rim of the Satuard system. Its freezing temperatures and carbon dioxide atmosphere were braved by Ether smugglers, who set up camps in the tunnels honeycombing the southern hemisphere's mountain ranges. The camps were abandoned when Turian patrols began regular raids of the smugglers' cave systems. Or asset acquired, Volus engineering team.
Evasion successful.
Package of a fuel depot destroyed by enemy forces. Fuel can be salvaged from the debris. 200 units of fuel.
Reapers eluded.
To Nora.
Signal confirmed.
Omacare. Omacare is a temperate garden world currently in its megafauna stage. The planet's nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere, and dextro-amino-based life wasn't particularly attractive to the Volus, so they sold the colonization rights to their Turian partners. Omacare's spaceports and major roads were blasted into craters by the Reapers, largely immobilizing the population. Its Turian defenders are slowly being pushed back by ground forces. Volus Intelligence Archives.
Faster than light jump successful.
$250 units of fuel.
Evasion successful.
Can head back to Eru. Let's see, I think that fuel was on the... Okay. So far enough away I can duck in. Grab that. And hit the relay. Just barely, but we got it. And now, Anakin Beta.
something.
On Elitania. Elitania appears to be a world eminently suited for colonization. It is covered by a verdant carpet of mosses, algae, and lichen, and possesses a thick oxygenated atmosphere. However, its animal kingdom is a web of microscopic symbiotic creatures that are both impossible to filter from the air and necessary for the native life to thrive. Fortunately, they cause anaphylactic shock if inhaled by non-native life forms. Settlement by non-native species would require either fully sealed environment suits or a replacement of the entire planet's ecosystem. Limited colonization has been proposed for altitudes above the organism's range, or in areas where favorable winds keep the air clear. Or asset acquired, interferometric array.
Faster than light jump successful.
With 370 units of fuel.
Evasion successful.
Now up to Theseus.
Signal confirmed.
Pharos. Old buddy, old pal. The Exogenic Corporation has founded a pilot colony on Pharos to explore the Prothean ruins that blanket 2/3 of the planet's land mass. The atmosphere is fouled with dust. Terrestrial travel is hampered by the crumbled debris dozens of meters deep. There are indications that Pharos was a much colder world in the past. Pharos has 2 large moons, Orcan, the father, and Vardet. Or asset acquired, Exogeny Scientists. $240 units of fuel recovered. Because we are jetting back out of here. Right.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the Horsehead Nebula to take out this Cerberus fighter base. Novaria is a small, frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Novaria Development Corporation, who lease out labs for research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. The war has brought significant attention to this otherwise obscure planet. Novaria is home to some of the most advanced research in the galaxy, a sure magnet for Cerberus interest. Further, Novaria's mass relay is the stop between the humans' Exodus cluster and the beginning of Solarian space. It is a safe bet that the Solarians will defend their borders to the utmost. Alright then. Taking along, alright. And James. Yeah, that's new. Well, spike thrower, of course. Phalanx pistol. Alright. Tech mastery. I will focus on me. Let's be honest, I do a lot more damage than my squad mates do. And nothing with James. Alright.
Commander, the enemy has a strategic advantage in this sector thanks to the fighter squadron facility you're about to attack. We want to seize it, but their air defenses are too strong for a frontal assault. Losses would be too cost prohibitive.
How do you want me to handle this?
Go in the back, bring down their defenses so we can send in the troops. Good luck, Commander.
I have visual contact. There's a small platform above the main landing pad. I can drop you there, but it's gotta be now.
Let's do it.
This was a map that I greatly enjoyed in the original multiplayer.
Keep an eye out for the command center.
Multiple contact.
I'm on it.
Welcoming city is down for the count, Commander.
Looks like we found the control center.
Alright, let's just take a lap around this place. See if there's anything for us to grab. Okay. I don't particularly remember anything important you find here, unlike some of the other N7 missions, but...
We're getting close.
We're with you, Shepard.
It is always good to take a look around. All arm-based personnel have been processed, integration protocols uploaded successfully. Great.
Damn it. This'll take a while.
Commander, you've got enemies inbound and we can't wait. Someone's got to get those defenses down ASAP.
Edie, front and center.
As you command.
Be ready, Commander. You're gonna get swarmed. Commander, I've been flushed from cover. Retreating to minimum safe distance.
No problem, Cortez. Get out of there.
We'll wait for your all clear, then relay to the strike force.
Warning. Warning. Security breach. Initiating lockdown failsafe.
They're no longer possible, Shepard.
Just bring down their defenses. We'll worry about that later.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yeah. Yeah.
Deactivation prioritized. Awaiting shutdown command.
Shepard, it appears that shutdown requires a synchronous command.
General Order 7/7 triggered. Establish contingency defenses.
Cerberus is deploying manual defenses to the landing pad, Shepard.
Then that's where we need to go.
Alright, let's circle around. I can see the turret now. Sabotage.
Cortez, I read you. Come in.
There you are, Commander. Had to get through the interference. Area clear. Signaling the strike force. Wait. Scan's picking up something coming your way.
Proximity alert. Deploying armed response.
Atlas!
Give it everything you've got.
I don't know, I'm just still convinced that there should be something here. Something on most of the other N7 missions. Okay, that's where the spare parts is. Ah.
Cortez, I read you. Come in.
There you are, Commander. Had to get through the interference. Area clear. Signaling the strike force. Wait. Scan's picking up something coming your way.
Proximity alert. Deploying armed response.
There it is.
Advanced heating units. Give it everything you've got. Anyone
Just barely got out of that.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
Coming in to pick you up.
I know that must have been thrilling, watching me read a guide to figure out where the item to pick up was there. I believe that helps the Solarian keep his younglings safe.
Cerberus won't make that easy.
And we won't make it easy on them. Thanks to you, we can use their own defenses against them. Tell your team they did good, Commander. You should be proud.
Thank you, sir.
That's all. Hack it out.
Alright. What have we got? Volus Dreadnought Quunu. Volus have only produced one Dreadnought, the Quunu, named after the diplomat who negotiated their client race status with the Turians. Quunu was the only Volus ship of its class, but it is remarkably well armed. Its broadside cannons and main gun are all Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic weapons. A Turian general touring the Quunu after its maiden system voyage, enthusiastically declared that the ship could char a planet 3 times over. While its construction was funded entirely by the Elkos Combine Corporation, Dreadnought was jointly gifted to the Vol Protectorate and Turian hierarchy upon completion. Sounds very useful. Zeus Hope Colonist. The Asari Shiala was rescued by Commander Shepard and from the Thorian on Zeus Hope. Now she leads a militia of Zeus Hope colonists, waging a surprisingly effective war against the encroaching Reapers. Shiala suspects the group's prior connection to the Thorian gives their soldiers an uncanny ability to sense one another, allowing them to think and act as one in battle. The long-term consequences of this connection are unknown, but for now at least, its effects are helping the cause. Crucible. Volus fabrication units. Volus companies are skilled at mass-producing whatever manufactured goods are currently in demand. Factories use modular equipment to switch their production lines from arms to housing to the next big galactic buying trend. Covered from a manufacturing compound, these fabrication units can stamp out custom plastics for the Crucible on an industrial scale. Volus Engineering Team. Elkos Combine is a manufacturer known for producing reliable, but less expensive versions of higher-grade weapons and armor. Scientists are adept at reverse engineering new technology. Volus engineers rescued from Satu Ard are providing these same methods to break down instructions on how to create several dozen new plastics that must be integrated into the Crucible superstructure. In a show of unprecedented generosity, Elkos Combine has waived all proprietary claims to any new compounds created by its scientists. Interferometric Array. Normally, interferometric arrays are used to analyze planetary landmasses or to determine the astrophysical properties of stellar systems. The powerful array salvaged from the Hercules system can be used for something much more ambitious. Crucible tunes into the mass relay's command switches. Installing the interferometric array into the Crucible systems results in a real-time map of the entire galaxy, including the position of each and every Reaper in the Milky Way. Exogeny scientists. The Exogeny Corporation helped fund colonies all over the galaxy in exchange for a share of any natural resources found by settlers. Zhu's Hope was one of their richest claims. Colonists were obligated to turn over any Prothean discoveries in the ancient ruins on Pharos. A team of exogeny scientists studying the few scraps of Prothean materials found around Zhu's Hope had become experts in their own right, contributing their knowledge to the Crucible project. Optimized EZO capacitors. A team of engineers working on the Normandy SR-2 developed the theory behind this piece of equipment. Dreadnought-class drive capacitors use specialized EZO-based compounds to channel and store thermal energy with greater efficiency than previous designed. These capacitors were quickly incorporated into the design of the device found in the Prothean archives on Mars. Cerberus. Advanced Fighter Squadron. A squadron of advanced fighter ships was liberated from Cerberus forces on Novaria. Fast, agile, and remarkably fuel-efficient, these one-person spacecrafts pack surprisingly heavy firepower for their size. After the Alliance installed their own VI programs and sweat for hidden bugs or transmission signals, they repainted the fighters and pressed them into service. Krogan. Krogan clans. Updated. Commander Shepard's interview with Diana Allers about bringing the Krogan into the Reaper War cast the Krogan in a favorable light, which drew even more of the clans to the Allied forces' banner. Okay.
Cerberus seemed popular for a while. They were fighting the Collectors while the Council sat and watched.
And now they're killing civilians and attacking our allies. Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal. Commander? Commander?
Hope lives. From Erdnot Bakura. Commander, I'm waiting you from the Kelphic Valley on Tuchanka. I wish you were here to see this. I'm watching Krogan pour in from across our entire planet. So many of them that I've lost count. They've all heard the news. We are finally free. The age of suffering is over. Never again will Krogan be afraid to give birth. Never again will they fear the pain and heartache it might bring. While I don't know what fate ultimately has in store for my people, I can promise you your decision to believe in us will not be in vain. We will fight the Reapers for more than glory. We will fight them because we know there is a future for us after victory. The rest of my life will be devoted to traveling to Tuchanka and speaking aloud the words no Krogan has heard for nearly 2,000 years. There is reason to hope. This I owe to you, Commander. This I will never forget. Alright, well, that was our time for this episode. So, make sure to check out Nack's Full Frontal Attack on all social media platforms. And of course, also check out the store on eBay. Also, make sure you stay tuned to the YouTube channel. There you will find not only a Mass Effect series, but you will find the Daily Grind, which streams live on YouTube every weekday morning, 8 to 8:30. And Mike is over there playing through Digimon World New Order, which has been a lot of fun to watch so far, so you should definitely check that out. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, right here.